If you're in your first trimester of pregnancy and you are absolutely exhausted, pulling yourself off of the ground every day, you're not imagining it. This is normal. It's going to be okay. I'm Mel Soto. I'm a certified sleep and wellness coach. I'm also a first time pregnant mama. I'm in my third trimester now, so I've made it through the first trimester and second trimester. I'm in my third now, and each stage, as you probably already know, is a bit different than the next. So I'm actually doing a 3-part series on each trimester, what's going on in our bodies, why we feel the way that we do, and then what we can do not only to feel better as pregnant ladies, but also to help us get better sleep, because sleep is everything, especially when we're growing a human. So today we're going to talk about why early pregnancy hits so hard and what you can do to support yourself in just feeling better overall. Okay, so first trimester. It's a lot. It's a lot of things, and the experience is different for every woman. And what I've also been told is that every pregnancy is different as well. So just because one pregnancy went one way doesn't mean the next one is going to go that way. It's a wild card. But one thing is for sure, we are tired in that first trimester. And the reason being is that our bodies are flooding with progesterone. I mean, our hormones are kind of going crazy anyway because we're growing a human being. We're about to share ourselves with another person. We're giving life to another human being. It's great. And also, it's complicated. And so, our bodies flood with progesterone, and progesterone is a lovely hormone that helps us manage stress more effectively. It can help us sleep better and relax a bit more. And it can also make us really tired in inopportune times. So that's one of the reasons why we feel just so incredibly fatigued in that first trimester. Also, it's important to address the fact that our bodies are working overtime. Again, we are creating a little being. And although that little being is very, very small right now, our bodies are like getting things into gear to prepare for that. And that takes a lot of energy. There's also the emotional adjustment. There's a lot that we're processing through in that first trimester, whether this was a planned pregnancy or not, or whether how we're coping with all of the different feelings that we're feeling during that pregnancy, be them physical or emotional. For instance, a lot of us go through nausea. We call it morning sickness. It's often not just in the morning. If you haven't figured that out, I told people during my first trimester, and I considered myself lucky compared to some of the stories that I'd heard from other mamas in my life, but I told them I felt a little bit awful all of the time. I wasn't miserable, but I was nauseous pretty much every moment of the day. Some things made it worse, some things made it better. Exercise actually made me feel a lot better when I was exercising. And then when I'd stop, about 10 minutes later, I'd start to feel nauseous again. And that was my experience. Some women are having trouble keeping food down, clutching onto the toilet all throughout the day. Some women are having really, really strong aversions to certain foods. Then there's the ups and downs of emotions, the mood swings. So, all of that, all of those changes can lead to a lot of just emotional exhaustion. And when we're emotionally exhausted, we're going to be physically exhausted too. So, let's just hold some space for that, okay? Now, what I've mentioned so far are just overall challenges of the first trimester. Switching gears a little bit, let's talk about how this first trimester is challenging sleep specifically. So, all of that excessive daytime fatigue could lead us to be sleeping in either inopportune times or just whenever we can. I was definitely taking a lot more naps during my first trimester. Second trimester, not so much. Third trimester, we're back at it again. But if you're sleeping whenever throughout the day, that can actually challenge your sleep in the evenings, because if you're used to a routine, let's say you're used to going to bed around 10, if you take a nap at 7, you're not going to be as tired at 10 o'clock. So that can make things more challenging too. Now, you may find that you're falling asleep quite randomly throughout the day and then waking up a lot in the evening. Now, that could be due to naps, that could be due to the hormonal changes, that could be due to just some of the discomforts that are going on in the body. You know, our boobs hurt. Our bodies are bloated. We're experiencing a lot of new sensations, some of us for the first time. And that can lead to some night disturbances that are challenging our sleep. Okay, so I've talked about all of the unsavory things. What can help? What can help us feel better and what can help us sleep better in that first trimester and be energized? Well, the first thing that I'd say is to nap wisely. I'm not going to discourage naps at all, especially during that first trimester. However, timing is important. So, again, as I mentioned before, if you go to bed at 10, try not to take a nap at 7 o'clock. And if you do, 15 minutes at the most. What you really want to do is try and time your naps so that you're enjoying them 6 to 7 hours before you plan to go to bed, and then keeping them under 40 minutes so that it's not turning into a full sleep cycle. I'd say 20 to 30 is great, but I understand that sometimes you just need that extra to really feel your best. Another thing that I'll say is actually honoring your fatigue. I think a lot of us try and push past what we're feeling because we want to be strong mamas and we want to be strong in our pregnancy. Girl, if ever there was a time to honor your fatigue and just give it a rest a little bit and allow yourself to rest, it's now. Honor it. You are growing a human. It's okay to just take a snooze for a moment. It's okay to not make the most of your workout or to sit out something because you're just not feeling it. We also want to be hydrating smartly as well. So, again, I'm not going to discourage anybody from drinking water, especially during pregnancy. We need extra hydration when we're pregnant. However, if we're going to bed at 10 o'clock, that's what time I go to bed, so I keep saying that. Chugging a full glass of water at 9 o'clock, probably not in my best interest, especially right now in the third trimester. First trimester, it doesn't always hit everyone the same. I started going to the bathroom a lot more frequently in that first trimester. It petered off in the second trimester, and it's back in action now. Again, individual differences, but if you're finding that you're waking up in the middle of the night, be very mindful of when you're drinking your water and how much. And then I will preach this till the cows come home, whether you're pregnant or not, but having an established and solid wind down routine is everything. And if you don't already have one, if you're one of those people that are doing things willy-nilly up until the moment that you're expecting yourself to go to bed, a wind down routine will serve you well, my friend. And what I mean by that is at least 30 to 60 minutes before you go to bed, doing something that starts to relax your brain and body and tells yourself, hey, it's time to go to bed. And not just expecting yourself to go from staring at your laptop being productive to snoozing, because that often doesn't happen. And that's not going to get any better during pregnancy. I guarantee it. So now, if you don't already have an established wind down routine, now is the time to establish that. This first trimester is a roller coaster. It's a lot of things. It's exciting, it's confusing, it's overwhelming at times. It is temporary. And if all you do is rest and survive, that's okay. Now, in our next video, we're going to be talking about the second trimester, also known as the golden time of pregnancy. But we're going to be talking about what happens in the body during the second trimester, how that affects sleep, and how to prepare during the calm before the storm that is the third trimester. And if you've heard a lot of scary things about the third trimester, they're not all true. Some of them are. I'll help you. It's going to be okay. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it was helpful. If you have any comments, any questions, anything that you've been doing in your first trimester, anything that you want to share about your experience, please go ahead and leave a comment below. If you haven't done so already, please like or subscribe to this channel, like this video. You can see that I'm growing my channel, so any sort of feedback or attention is definitely helpful and appreciated. Anyway, mamas, I hope that you are sleeping well and taking care of yourselves. Till the next one. See you then.